So the question is, do we belong colonizing the ocean?
Welcome to Colonize the Ocean podcast, where we discuss oceanic colonization, exploration, and education with your hosts Adam Jewell and Brendan Traxler.
So Babe, which a bunch of you know if you follow any of our content or seen our live streams and stuff, Babe, he came up with the idea the other day of doing a live stream on this. And our most recent live stream talked about this topic here. It was is do we as mankind, should we be exploring, not exploring, but working towards the purpose of colonizing or habitizing the ocean? It's a question that I think has been asked not only of the ocean, but pretty much a lot of different things, especially here in the United States. I hear the argument quite a bit, is that as man expands or has expanded in the past and pioneered new land, we should have stayed where we were. And you hear that, like I said, here in the United States with settlers taking over the United States from the indigenous people at that point in time. And that's a heated debate, depending on which side of the aisle you sit on that. But I think that it goes in course with everything that man does, as far as we branch out, as we explore. Is there a limit? Humans are explorers. I mean, I think it's ingrained into our DNA to conquer or to colonize, or whatever terminology you want to use for it, depend on the situation. We want to research. We want to explore the unknowns. We want to know why. We want to know what's out there. It's part of what we are. I think that even the people who may not even want to leave their house, there is still that. You may be on the internet right now trying to you hear something and you want to figure out what the answers to it is. We just want to know more. We want to see more. We want more. We push those limits, and I think that you look at the space, this whole space race it comes back into that is if we shouldn't be exploring the oceans, should we be exploring? And I say exploring, but I guess colonizing would be the better word for it. If we're not colonizing the oceans, should we be colonizing space? I see both sides of the flip coin because, once again, we know, what effect mankind has had in the past on the land. And although we're doing a better job at that, as for all the great that man is, we still do a lot of bad too. And so the concern always is are we going to destroy the oceans like we've done portions of land as well? And whether it's through mining or, just development. But I think that the pros outweigh those concerns, because where some of the problems on land is it's, the pollution and stuff along those lines, you won't have that underwater. First off, your habitat is going to be contained. It's going to be green, so you're not bleeding off fossil fuels, et cetera, like that. There's no pollution into the ocean except for your existence only. And with that existence comes the possibility of cures, research, just there's stuff we don't even know yet. You look at the Earth, and 73% of the Earth is water, and everybody's like, oh yeah. But what you don't realize is that 99% is of the area where mankind could be living is liquid, because it's a three-dimensional. Sure, we can build up here on land, and we can go up, like the Burj Khalifa, and the other ones are going up there half a mile up into the air, and we can go underground too. Similar, you can do that on underwater. So there's a whole lot more, and that's a whole other story. There's a whole lot more developmental area with the water, with the oceans. But like I said, with all the good that comes with it, I think the importance is that we have to be good stewards of that area. If we're, say, ASC, for example, take ASC, as we start to develop into the oceans, we have to set those precedents. We have to be the ones that are being like, here's I don't want to say laws and regulations, but here's the standards that we need to keep for developing and building out into the ocean so that those who come with us, after us, or at the same time, that they are also understanding, hey, it is on us to set this precedent, because if we mess up, it messes it up for everybody for decades or longer to come. So while the oceans, we believe, are the future, and even more so than space in a lot of aspects, it puts a whole lot more pressure on us because it is so close, it is so near to people's hearts, and it's right here where we can walk out to a shore and see the effects of what we're doing. So the answer to this question is, do we belong underwater? I obviously believe we do, because I think there's a lot that we can benefit from that. And I think that we can do it in a responsible and ecological and a way that makes everybody happy. Well, you can never make everybody happy, but you know what I mean. It makes most people happy, or at least answers most of those concerns at the end of the day. But as I will say, what do you think? What arguments do you have against this? Should we be colonizing the ocean? Should we just leave it up to scientific research only? Let me know what you think.